Howdy, everybody, and welcome back, students. I think that was a little bit of a different intro. I like it. Let's turn the audio back up so I can hear stuff. Oops. Gotta hit that OK button. This is right. But, welcome back. How y'all doing? I haven't seen your creations yet, so hopefully you sent them to me. I'm recording this just after the last one. Well, I say just after. It's been quite a few hours. But before the last video went out. So, this has been a long time in the making. This has taken me a few hours now because I kind of got carried away. You can see I got some new tools because I was tired of the old ones. Used some of the platinum I had to make them. I got the advanced welder. So, or not advanced, I think it's called the proficient. Something like that. Character tools. Elite welder. That's the one. Proficient is level 2. Elite welder, so I can do as fast as I can. Elite hand drill, because I had to dig quite a few ditches, and that wasn't fun. And then I only got the proficient grinder, because if you go to the level 3, it tends to be a little, what's the word I'm looking for? It likes to grind its stuff a little too quickly, for my taste. So I stick with the level 2, just to have a little more control. Now, I do have actual skins on this, but for some reason they didn't load, which I'll change later. You'll see. But, so don't go thinking I have just default skins. So, let me show you what I was working on. That took so long that we had to miss a day of episodes. And, well, I don't think you guys have missed a day. I had to miss a day. I think I probably got them out pretty good so far. But anyway, I have a landing pad. Fancy. Turn the ship around and can land on it now. You can see a little trench underneath it, which I'm sure you'll figure out why here in a minute. If not, I will tell you. It's going to be where I connect the ship. And any future ships that we build to attach to this place. This is my main base here. Now, I said in the last episode to get up a H2O2 gen, a refinery, an assembler, and stuff to actually get you going. This, what I've done, is way more than you need if you don't plan on staying on the moon as your final base. I do. That's why I've gone this big. This is going to be my main base. I plan on going from the moon to the other planets and back. I may stay at the other planets for a little bit just to show you guys what's going on, but the moon is going to be my main spot. So I have conveyor going down through the floor to a vent in here for an airlock. I still have to put a button to trigger the airlock, or I will censor it, which we will do. And I have a couple vents in here that are not on because this refinery is too damn big. It goes through my ceiling. But this is where I'm going to eat. This is where I'm going to sleep. This is where I'm going to start meeting you guys at the beginning of every episode. And I guess where I'm going to start taking my crafts. All the important stuff. If we look to the left, I have my solar tower and another building on that side. As well as, I'll just leave the door open because it's not secured in there anyway. One of my 2 pipelines. So these pipelines are what I'm going to use to connect each building to each other, because I plan on having multiple, and I'll explain why here in a little bit. But this is the pipelines. It's just a couple hinges to get the axis correct, and then I tried getting them pretty close. I could probably do a little better with that if I had a second hinge on this side. But, it's done. Maybe I'll fix it later. But I put a piston on this side just to get that little bit of extra reach, because with just pipelines, it had a weird distance to it where it was just past it and wouldn't allow these two to be right next to each other. So that's the reason for that. Pipeline goes in, and they in, and they in, and they in. This I actually have to worry about because it is pressurized. We have 2 oxygen farms. I have 6 batteries, vent, of course, 3 oxygen tanks, and 4 O2H2 gens. This is the first building I actually built just to get everything up and going so I could have a place to come in and, you know, just heal up, vent up. Do these even have any more ice in them? Nope, they do not. So, the biggest part is I'm going to have to remove these O2H2 gens. You'll see why here in a minute. But I'm going to put 2 more oxygen farms in here, and this will just be an oxygen building. That's my plan. Each building is going to have some batteries, just in case something weird happens where the pipeline becomes disconnected. They can run off of their stored battery power until I get the chance to fix them, which shouldn't be too much. Next, if we run over to this side, we see pipeline number 2. This one's a little more complicated. I have 3 hinges just to get the axis right, because I didn't feel like going underground and I wanted to be able to see them. I might cheat in some voxel hands later to fill in the holes underneath it, but we'll see. I kind of liked the deformation, but the whole idea was to like stick with the landscape that's here already and try not to deform it, but we'll see. But this building is my hydrogen building. So I have 10 hydrogen engines that will produce power for the whole facility. And then I have, what is it? 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 14 different O2H2 gens in here. And then I have 3 more oxygen farms. So this is why I don't need those 4 O2H2 gens in the other building. I do need to remove these O2H2 or O2 farms, or put glass on the top because I was kind of stupid and put panels directly above them. It makes them pretty pointless. But that's pretty much it so far. I got the basic stuff down. I just need to keep going. So that's what we're going to do today. I want to get this refinery, the assembler, and the inventory their own buildings. Now, I'm not going to do all of that in one day, but I do want to get at least the inventory its own building and some hydrogen tanks. Because right now I have no hydrogen tanks, and every time I put ice in, the hydrogen just has nowhere to go. So I'm not building anything. I have enough oxygen now. I need hydrogen. So that's what I'm going to work on. I also need to get this trench, which I have already dug. So if I go ahead and get some parts, I'm going to need, let's do it with pipe. And then I'm going to need a connector. And I may need a conveyor junction. We shall see. Actually, I know I'm going to need one. So I need... Actually, let me put all the parts I have on me back. And then give it a build planner. I need one of those. I'm definitely going to need one of those. I apparently do not have the steel plate. I don't know. It's being weird. And then I'm going to need a bunch of pipe. So, actually, I should go down the other way because I have to go backwards on this. So here's this. The reason I'm going to the end of the landing pad here, if I don't smash into my own ship first, is because the landing pad's kind of going to be the central point. So if we look, I have my oxygen building, main building, hydrogen building. I'm going to put the inventory building probably somewhere on this side. And then I'm going to put the refinery and assembly buildings over here. And then I'll have room for just other buildings going around. But I want to try and make almost like a compound. That's the plan, anyway. And the landing pad is kind of the beginning and end of all of that. If that makes sense. I hope it does. Because it makes sense in my head. But I also know I'm not the smartest person. So, can I do more than just one at a time? That would be great. I can. It's a good thing I'm bad at digging holes. Okay, we still got a while to go. But I'm still gonna go... Nope, now I run out. Love it. Cool. So, let me get rid of that. Let me just put these pipes on. Basically, what I'm doing is I'm going to run this pipeline up through, and I'm going to put a connector. Actually, I should have enough for that. I might have to lift the ship up a little bit, looks like. Oh, no. Should be good. That is where I want it, right? Because I am... Yeah, I think that's okay. Because I can move forward a little bit to, like, this block with the mag plate. And that'll look okay. I think. It should. We'll be fine. We'll figure it out. If not, I'll move it later. But for right now, put everything in. And we should be good for the other stuff. Said it couldn't make a bunch of stuff, but we'll be fine. Couldn't pull a bunch of stuff out anyway. Out of the way, please. Now, the reason I'm going out of my ship is because it has more inventory. So I've kind of just been moving stuff around as I need it. I only have the one small cargo on the base, so I gotta have the space. That's why the cargo is gonna be next once I hook these two up.
Energy low.
And we are locked. Beautiful. Awesome. So there is still a little spot that I have to fill in down there. But I'm not too worried about it at this point. Oops. Bunch of stuff. I just started grabbing parts. Like, I'll just fill in all the small tubes and all the little stuff. Okay. So, I am now connected to the base. Love that. So now what we need to do is run this all the way over here. I forget what building I said I was going to put in over here. Inventory? I think so. But the idea is I don't want to weld all this by hand anymore because that's what I've been doing because I've had the free time, and it still took me quite a few hours even with the welder because I want to show you guys about making your own welding ship. Now, I want to find a place where I won't have to destroy the terrain so much. Even if I have to be off the raised up quite a bit, I can be. So it looks like about here is okay. Because I can make the building look like it's been supported, right? And I want to make sure I get the twist of it. So I think I'm going to go something like that. And maybe like that. Because then we can come out and we don't come out fully out of the ground. Perfect. What I wanted to make sure. So I'm going to get this laid out. But then I want to show you kind of what we're going to do after that. I want to build a little welding ship. Is it going to be faster? Not necessarily, but it saves my fingers. So I'm not sitting there with all of the stuff just sitting on me. Oh god, there's so many things now. Thank you. Just so I don't have to sit there and constantly push the weld button or hold it or anything like that. Plus, I can stockpile parts and it'll be good. Plus, now that we have silver and it's relatively close, I turned off my things because they're, yeah, silver. Now that we have silver and it's relatively close, we can make ion thrusters. Or at least I think ions take silver. Let me go make sure. It'll be this assembler that. Actually, I can just see in here. We want thrusters, ions. It's the thruster components, and those take platinum. That's what it is. Platinum and gold. Well, we have both. So the moon has platinum. If you have not found platinum on your moon yet, hopefully you haven't modded it to where it removes it by accident, or you just haven't found it yet. Because the moon is the main source for platinum. So, I'm going to go ahead and get something laid out and just built up really quick. And then I will show you the concept of a welding ship. Actually, I have steel plate on me. We'll just set it out. Because it's not going to be huge. And I can just put a connector pretty much anywhere at this point. So let's see. Get rid of these. A welding ship is actually pretty simple. You're going to need landing gear. My dog just decided he was going to have a hairball. Battery, of course. We could put... No, we can't put solar panels on it. We don't have uranium for a reactor. It would be nice. I'm going to go with scientific ion thrusters. just because they're not warfare. It's not a battleship. So, we're gonna need cargo. We are gonna need some kind of cockpit, but I think I'm gonna go with something like this. More of a control seat setup, because it's just gonna be a local welder. It's not gonna be going all over the place. And then where? There it is. We'll grab that. And then armor blocks, of course, but that is with due time. So, we want our landing gear, and this is going to be small grid, FYI. Where am I not going to smack into a thruster here? Kind of like right. Damn it. There we go. Now, on top of this, I'm immediately going to put large cargo containers. Now, I want one facing down and one... Right? Yeah. One facing forward and back. And then I'm going to... Let's see, where's it at? Do that. So that way you have one facing the other cargo container and then the two big ones to either side. That should work. I'm kind of building this on the fly, so don't hate me. Now just so I don't forget how that is set, I'm going to go ahead and get both of those welded up. And of course I built this on the opposite side of the ship. Because, you know, dumb and all. Alright, so with welders and components in general, I'm sure you've either figured it out by now by accident or have not tried yet, which is perfectly fine. But most components cannot go through these tiny connectors. So when it comes to welding ships and grinding ships, you have to have big connectors only all the way through. Make sense? I hope so. Because what I'm going to do next is add 2 more of these large cargo containers. Now, are they going to be full at all times? Absolutely not. But it gives us those big ports in multiple directions, and it's not that much more compared to the medium. So, I just use them. And I need interior plates. Really need to put cargo access at the front of the thing now. 6. That should be good. Now this one, I want one of the big ports touching the other, and I want one big port facing forward. The other big port is completely up to you. But I want one touching the cargo container and one facing me. Because technically, this side, this way, is front for the ship that I'm building. Yes, I know I did put the landing gear in that direction, but meh. Do I already have 2? Yes. And I'm gonna need oxygen while I'm over here. And I might as well just fill my energy. So, with welding ships, it's better if you have a little more inventory space, which is why I'm putting the extra cargo containers. You can easily just slap a welder on top of, or on the front of one of those large cargos and just use that and fill it up with plates or whatever you want. You just gotta, um, you'll just be making more trips. That's all. Why? It's taking stuff it doesn't need. See, I have a bunch of stuff now that I don't need. Why, build planner? Why do you do this to me? Am I out of iron? I quite possibly could be. See? At no point did it say that was done. Whatever. Thanks, build planner. You're the best. So next is going to be, instead of that, we are going to put welders. And I need steel plate. Mother. Aha. I did put steel. I did put an access point. So I'm just gonna put these sideways, kind of like that. Starting to look a little bit familiar now, ain't it? And then I want my connector. Do I still have one of those? I do. Just on the back. And that's pretty much gonna be it. You still need your gyros, your thrusters, all that fun stuff, and a cockpit. But, I mean, that's the typical layout. So, I'm going to go ahead and get this built up and show you kind of what it looks like afterwards. I want to see if I can put this... I can. Haha. I'm going to have a motorcycle welder. Be completely pointless, but you know what? It's mine. I do what I want. Alright. I'm going to go ahead and get this welded up. I need to clear hotbars because they're all kinds of a mess. And I shall be back. I need the O2s. There we go. I'll tell you what. I like the way I laid out this. Ooh, what is that? Beacon. 13K. Okay. I don't know. I like the way I laid this out so well. I made a second one. Took a little longer, but now I have one with a welder and one with drills. It's actually kind of cool. I could put this on the front. Not sure how exactly that would look though, because it'd be kind of funny. Just that little thing in front. But, oop, wrong button. I might even still change it out for an actual cockpit though. Just because. So no, it's actually pretty nice. I got ion thrusters going in every direction. I think I have downwards, right? Yeah, just in front here though. Because I'm not going to be doing a whole hell of a lot with this thing. And we're in quarter gravity, so we'll be fine. These are mainly just to get where I need to go. Is the only reason I have so many. And for in the future, if I weigh it down. Now, I want only the stuff on this ship. And I want that there. That's the same one. Where is all of my steel plate? There. Stuff being refined. I get like 2,000 of that, please. We will go ahead and show this off because that is going to take a minute. But I'll show you how to use your welder. So, first and foremost, never, under any circumstances, stand next to these things when this little line on them, this black line here, when that turns red, stay away from them. I don't care if somebody says you need to fix it, but you can see down there where they're turning red, means they're on. As I just smack into my own ship. Really need to get out of first person here. Yeah. What help? Oh, gyro power. Yeah, Jesus. Let's turn those down to like 50. That's better. 2 gyros. Well, 2 gyros worth, I should say. Why do I have that white line around me? What's going on? Oh, I was trying to lay a block as I got in the thing. That's weird. No, it's just when the welders are on. Okay. Never seen that before. Sure. So basically all I'm going to do is take those welders and put them as close to the grid as I can. Now you'll see they can go 2 large blocks deep. I think that's like, what, 5 small blocks? Or is it 5 small blocks per 1 block? Let's see real quick. Yeah, so it'll be 1, 2, 3, about 3 or 4 small blocks deep. They will do it. So if you have a small grid ship that needs repairs, this can actually get into those deeper spots and fix them up. Now you may want 2 different kinds of welders just at your base in general. Me, I don't care because I don't mind flying at an angle. But some people like to have one like this where the welders are in the front and then have one that goes below. So the welders are on the bottom of the ship. That's why I suggested having one of those big ports face downwards. So you could use that one in the back on this ship as another weld point. Just to put 2 more welders. Which isn't a bad idea. I just don't do it. Because I'm lazy. And don't care that much. I must be out of plate already. Yeah. Yeah, my inventory thing is showing empty. So let's see if I can go without crashing into my own ship. Yeah. There we go. Then on recharge while I get some more plate. Only made 700. Yeah. That all I had. No. I can take all of that. I was gonna say I thought I had more, and I still have more in another cargo. I knew I brought a crap ton. I was gonna say there's no way I haven't run out of it yet. Because I've been making it as soon as I had a refinery and assembler. So there should have been a lot on that. And this is why I put so many thrusters. Because that's full bore going backwards. And it don't want to do it. Will it actually sink? It does. I need more reverse thrust. That sucks. But now I know. Yeah. Does not like going in reverse. I'll have to add some more. And sideways thrusters, apparently. Alright. Yep, let me fix this. I'll be right back. It's a little better. Should be good now. I wanted to test it over top of the plates just to see, because I don't have much room underneath my ship at the moment. So, just to make it easy. Alright. Finish these up. Get these points out of my face. I don't like all the points on my HUD. Cool. So, I'm gonna go park the welder, let its batteries charge, and I'm gonna get some more materials being made. And then we'll get to laying out that cargo. Because my cargo is a mess. I have like 20 containers. I don't know where anything's at. Getting thrown around by a connector. It's all fun and games. Alright, so let me just steal a bunch of plate out of you. That should be good. And then bunch of that, bunch of that. That should give me what I need. So, I want my cargo, and I do plan on using the industrial ones, just because they look cool. But that also means that I only get 4 sides to pick, which, if we look, according to that button, this is sideways. So, I want it this way, and I can connect it in the sides. Let's go one back with those. Industrial. Yep, kind of like that. I want them touching like they was married. There we go. There is 2 on that side and 1 on that side because it's uneven. I don't know what to tell you. Or these are 4x4s. Nope, they're 3x3. So I just built an uneven build. I don't know what to tell you. I didn't count it. It just looked big enough. So we got those. Now we need to actually pipe them together. So I'm gonna go right off of the front here. And I'm gonna use a T at the end. Because I don't know if I want to put anything into the next building or if I want to put that building on that side. So I'm just going to do that. I'm going to go ahead and cap that end off. Put regular, T, and then keep going like this. And now I'm going to go down. Oops, like this. And then into there. This way, I can do this whole thing. I can put a conveyor junction there and a conveyor junction there. Like it? I do. So we need interior plate, motor, small steel tube, construction components. And yes, I can use the welder for this. But what I'm going to do is turn all my stuff on and unlock said welder. And put everything into its place. And now everything I had on me, as far as build planner, should be in the ship. So we should be able to do those pipes if we're careful and don't slam into them. Kind of like that. And now I'm gonna get 1 container, 2 container, 3 container. That should be, yep. Build capacity reached. And then all I have to do is bring this near a connector. Hopefully without hitting my other ship. That's fine. And rinse and repeat. So I'm going to do this for a little bit, just so I can get everything done. And I will see you guys when we get it. It shouldn't take too long, because I usually put stuff into production as I'm going. So, should be made. Alright, now that I got energy and stuff, we can get this finished. Get rid of all that, because it wasn't filling properly. So 6 computers. There we go. So I got the pipeline done, and I got those 2 conveyors done. I also got this done. Just so I can kind of explain to you what I'm doing here. So, in order to get these 2 connected, because they are not on the same grid, you have to use a connector. But because of the way I laid them out, we have to kind of get finicky with hinges and pistons sometimes. So the way we're going about it here is I'm just adjusting these hinges until I think those connectors will meet up. And I'm hoping that I'm close. Because I can move these pretty easily at this point. Now I just gotta move this one. And if you don't have build vision, this will be more difficult, but not to the point where it's impossible. You would just have to name these hinges and do it that way. But we are pretty much locked in. Let's go ahead and make it a little more... Is it me moving or is it the hinge? Okay. You would just have to name all these pistons or hinges individually and move them that way, which isn't that much harder. It's just an extra step to each hinge. But now that we have them, let's go ahead, switch lock, and we have an inventory system. Cool. I like it. Alright, let's go park up the welder without smashing into anything, preferably. Like explorer ships that I have a tendency to do. I'm gonna have to make like a hangar specifically for these. Ooh, that could actually be another building. See? We're coming up with ideas on the fly. So is my brain being jostled around. Alright. Didn't I turn those off? Oh, I never added those to the group. Oops. Okay, whatever. Take care of it later. They're not doing anything. Alright, so we have a full inventory system. So what I'm gonna do is actually go through and name these just so I don't have to worry about it. So we have large industrial cargo container, ores slash ingots. Actually, let's just do ores for right now. Because if I get a drone bay going, that will fill up eventually. Large industrial cargo container, ingots, and no, I'm never gonna fill these containers up with ores and ingots. It just looks better with the bigger one. But that's my excuse for it. Just so you know. And then components. So this way I can pull... no. I won't use a sorter yet. I was gonna say I could put a sorter underneath here and pull everything from the large ship to it, but I'm still attached with the welder on the front and all of that, so. But we are gonna do the same thing, I think, over here somewhere with hydrogen tanks. Just to get that little bit more of a compound feel. And I can go... Actually, I know an awesome way this could go. So if we bring, let me get this. That conveyor should be sealed still, so I need an interior plate. And I don't have an access port out here anywhere. There we go. That should give me enough to at least lay it out. That building's at a weird tilt. So I think I'm just gonna use a hinge, which I could do with all of them, to be honest with you. But, yeah. I need steel plate only. There you go. I could weld these out first. Which way are you facing? I want a positive towards the center. And then give me parts for that. So this is the easy way to actually do this. You do not need to do it the hard way like I've been doing. It's just, I tend to lay the building out first, and then go from there. There we go. What? You didn't grab me those parts? What kind of crap is that? Thank you. I told you to give me those parts. Give me both of them. How about that? Will you work then? Stop being so picky. Thank you. Now, what we can do is turn this hinge to a direction I think would be good. Little bit more maybe. I don't want it too much. Because I'm trying to see how much steel plate do I have? 16. That might be enough. I'm gonna get them all back anyway. Still. Oh no, I can't see. Barely. Is it enough? Yeah. Ah. But it is pretty lined up at the moment, looks like. Actually a little bit tilted the other way, which is what I want. So, perfect. So let me get this all back so I can actually lay some stuff down. And I need interior plate anyway. I have interior and steel plate. Give me more of both of these. You can have all of that. What about interior plate? Do we have any? Yes, we do. Beautiful. So let's go back this way. And that should be far enough, right? Actually, I could probably cut that like down to 5 pipes, maybe. Not as long as I thought I needed. Yeah, that'd be good. Now I need one of those. And then thanks. Because we can put that in there. Must need to be out of the ground. So that means we need to go upwards. How far up do I need to go is the question. Because can I do that? And I imagine I'm gonna need to go this way, like probably 2. Why am I having such a difficult time with this? There we go. Now 9. What's that look like? That's out of the ground quite a ways. I could make... Hold on. This is what I can do. I hate these ones. Always just off the ground. Why am I unable to place that? Is it too far in the pixels? That has not happened like at all
before. Inventory full.
God damn it. You. What could not be deposited? Why can you not be deposited? What? Take my stuff. I just need to get this stone out of here. And I'll grab it back. Okay. Good. Love it. Why does it not want the stone to go? Because it's going through the... No, because I have it going through... Goes through there. Down. No. Should be fine. I don't know. We'll see. Just being weird. I gotta get my energies now. And then get my steel plate back. And then we'll finish laying this out. Because I want like 2 tanks maybe? I think 2 tanks will be fine. That should be more than enough to do whatever I want with. And the way I lay it out, I can do whatever I want with it. I did put a connector over here. Getting all my inner Jones. Whoa. I don't know what I was just doing there. Don't listen to that. Alright. I say alright a lot, don't I? I know. I'm sorry. By the way, hinge straight from there to here won't work because then it thinks it's a subgrid and won't let you build into the ground. Funny that. Don't know why I never really noticed that before, but sure. I had to do it this way. Which is fine. It's alright. Might move that piston a little bit later. But we have 2 hydrogen tanks, which means I don't know if I have any ice left. Probably no. Of course not. I'll go get some later. But now we have inventory storage and hydrogen storage. So next is just assembly buildings, production buildings, basically. I don't know if I want them both in the same building or different, because I'm not entirely sure how that'll go. Oh, and then I have to do my little program thing for the solar tower with the control turret controller, that one. Um, that might go in the main base though, because I might just make a room of that, a server room for everything in this base. But yeah, I mean, we got quite a bit done today. Um, I mean, just the buildings alone took me quite a while, and I somehow, oh, never mind, just how it looks. I was like, somehow took damage there. But no, we did good. You learned how to do the pipelines. They're not too hard. I have the inventory. Did not move those O2 gens yet. I will get to that eventually. Probably forget. You'll remind me, right? Let me know in the comments. Make sure I do it. And then, yeah, we got our H2 set up. Got pretty much everything going on now. I just need the fabrication rooms. That's pretty much it. After that, it's about finding uranium, maybe go take on some space pirates, you know? I may add a mod or two just to make the rest of the season a little interesting, so I can show you some other stuff. They're nothing terrible, it just adds a few more enemies, so that way we can show off the turrets and stuff, because I know that's something we haven't gotten into much. So I may add one or two mods for enemies to spawn and come after me, and I go after them, and we can test out the drones with attacking and fighting. And then setting up turrets here at our own base for similar to if you were to join a server. So next time we'll get into a little bit of both, I guess. We'll make the production and assembly building, or I may do that in between episodes. Because I want to do glass around the actually, nah, I won't do glass around that building. Same thing with that. I just might make an outpost, maybe in the back over there, for like the refineries and stuff. So I think we got a pretty good compound going on so far. It's not terrible. Needs a paint job, but something. I do need a hangar eventually, but we'll work on that. Alright, so, plans for next episode. Make sure I have the assembly and refinery buildings up and running before I record. Let me know in the comments. I want to hear you say it. And then, I want to hear you say, get some turrets and enemies going. That way we can do that. Okay? Okay. I like it. Love it. I hope you all have a wonderful rest of your day. Have a good one, everybody.